What is up, guys? Johnny, what is up?
What's happening, Ken?
Another episode, Speakeasy Podcast. Welcome to the Speakeasy, people.
Welcome to the Speakeasy.
We are so happy to have you here.
Easy speaking.
Yes, we're speaking easy, and
Quiet.
John is easy. So, we're making this work here.
Very. Remember that.
Very, 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 very easy. We have a special one here today. As far as bourbon goes, we have a special one here, and it's special to my heart. Before I was even into bourbon, I was kind of more of a Scotch guy back in the day. My wife had to go to Kentucky for business.
Ho.
And she wanted to bring me back something special, like a sweet wife would do, and she did, and she's very sweet for doing this. And she knew I was more into Scotch at the time, but she's like, I'm in Kentucky, I want to bring her back a bourbon. And she brought back this Blade and Bow. She thought it was pretty cool.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome story.
Yes. She thought it was pretty cool because...
Because of the key? You have the key to her heart? Is that what it
yes,
is?
there's a story to the keys, and I'll tell you that in a second. But she thought it was pretty cool. But the one thing she did not know that she was very upset about afterwards is that you can find this in stores up here.
I've never seen it.
And she's like, I lugged that thing around, and because we were somewhere, and she's like, that's the bottle I got you. And I'm like,
That's all right.
well,
It tastes better when it comes from the source.
I know. I said, thank you for this. Thank you for picking it up.
Absolutely.
No matter what. And it is, believe it or not, still about halfway or something because something special to me, and I don't have it too often for that reason.
Well, I apologize for
No.
pointing that out.
No, John pointed out that we haven't had it on the podcast, and I was like, let's get it on. Yeah. I actually didn't realize it.
I feel bad now.
Yeah, it was like a little Marvin Gaye.
Your heart's in there.
Yeah. So, this is coming from Stitzel-Weller, well, just huge, distilling company out of Louisville, Kentucky, coming at 45.5% alcohol, 91 proof. And just a quick backstory on this, besides the wife story and picking this up for me.
What's Stitzel-Weller? You said they're popular.
Yeah, Stitzel-Weller's been around for like ever, dude. It's like one of the big OGs, I guess you would say. Yeah,
never heard of it.
I guess I'm assuming Weller, like the Wellers originally came from there and everything.
Because that's a Buffalo Trace product.
Yes, well, you got to remember a lot of these products, like Pappy wasn't originally Buffalo Trace, but they have it now and all that stuff. I actually have a... Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you that story in a second.
Bye. Clink, clink. Who's that? Is that old mother? Is that old Rip?
Yeah. I'm a little collector of
Look at that.
stupid things. This is like an old decanter. It's called Old Cabin Still.
Is there anything in there?
Straight bourbon whiskey. No, this is empty, actually. Distilled for and bottled by Stitzel-Weller Distillery, Louisville, Kentucky.
That's awesome.
90 proof. So this is like an OG. So it's been, forever.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
And that's like an old decanter from like the 1950s. Who knows when it was.
That's the one thing that's cool that Ken does is if he goes out and he has a bourbon and it's not something that he has or something hard to find, and he finishes the bottle at the bar, he'll be like, can I have that? And they're like, yeah, we're just going to fucking throw it away in the recyclables anyway.
I know.
It's so cool, though.
I've done it with a few, not that, but yes, I've done it with a few bottles in my time.
Then he fills it with iced tea and tells everybody that it's...
So, yeah, that's like Jay with his Pappy 15 bottle that he got from someone else.
Don't tell his secret.
Yeah, I know.
Filled it up with something else.
So real quick with his Blade and Bow, as far as the backstory goes, in true Blade and Bow fashion, we welcome our closest friends and family into the Five Keys Club, a community of our most ardent fans. Once you've collected all 5 keys found on our bottles, snap a photo, complete the form below to receive information on redeeming your engraved julep cup, insider updates, and event invitations from Blade and Bow. Include all 5 keys, etc. Yeah, so it's basically, I guess there's different bottles. So, I mean, like this is their bourbon whiskey, whatever. So I guess
different keys.
Yes, I'm assuming they look different. Maybe they have a different thing connected to it.
I guess like a Blanton's top. They have keys.
And that's funny that you mentioned that, John, because that's the first thing I thought of was the Blanton's toppers, which apparently. I think we've brought it up before. If you get all the Blanton's toppers, mail it into Buffalo Trace, then they'll give you the stave to put it on for free.
Right.
I do have all the Blanton's toppers, but a lot of them are still on the bottles.
Right.
And
But you have your own stave.
Well, I said, I don't know if I trust sending all that stuff over there. If I had all these, say something got lost in the mail or this or that, and I'd rather just have the stave and just put them there whenever I got them and stuff.
Yeah,
So I have one sitting over there. It's kind of corny and cheesy, but it's fun.
Not at all. I think that's pretty freaking cool.
So Blade and Bow has their version of things where they do that, and
Now is Weller?
Stitzel.
Weller still around?
Well, yeah, if they're making Blade and Bow, yeah, I guess that's.
So I've never really seen Blade and Bow.
Yeah.
They're still out there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's funny. There's always a story with this one. My neighbor had. A lot of people want to bring bourbon here to my house and say, I want to bring something you haven't had, Ken. I want to bring something you haven't tried. He brought a bottle of this. He brought a bottle of this, and I was like, or I don't know if he brought it or maybe I told him, like, I already have it, don't bring it or something. And I'm like, yeah, I got that, man. It's been sitting on my shelf right behind me this whole time,
I said, I turned around, I looked at everything, and I was like, I don't see anything we haven't had. And then I saw that key hanging, and I was like, I don't think we've done that one.
Yeah. So let's get the nose on it.
Let's get it.
All right. Candy, vanilla, cream soda. Getting that kind of.
I'm getting the candy. I'm getting the sweet. I'm getting the sugar.
Yeah.
Brown sugar.
I'm getting cream soda.
I agree.
All the way, as far as nose goes.
I agree. I agree a lot now.
Which cream soda has kind of that vanilla-y kind of,
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, it's nice.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
And it's funny because drinking this when I first got it, and I was as not as much into bourbon as I am now, and not being able to appreciate what's in that bottle. Now I'm glad I still have it.
Absolutely.
Because I can appreciate it.
And you're a sentimental guy.
I'm a sentimental guy. It's like Jay when I used to go to our buddy Jay's been into bourbon longer than me. And definitely longer than John, but John being
I'm still the rookie.
Still a little bit more of that rookie, but I would go to Jay's house, and he's like, I got this bottle of E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. You want to try it? And I'm like, no. And he's like, why not? There's a good bottle of bourbon. I'm like, that's exactly why. I said, I don't want to drink your good stuff because I'm not there yet. I'm not at that point where I can appreciate what you're giving me. Give me something that's not as good. Let me train that palate, good old palate of mine, and I will take you up on your offer, just not right now.
Yeah.
Hold on to your liquor, save it, make sure you save some for me, but it's not going to be right now.
That's funny because a few months ago I did go to Jay's house and we did some tastings, and he's like, dude, I'll open anything you want.
Yeah.
And he brought out some stuff too, and I was like, I'm not there yet, man.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when you guys go out and do your Christmas bourbon, right? You guys always invite me to go, and I'm like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Man, to do.
I got to tell you a quick story, real quick. Side note, not Jay related.
Yeah.
But, you went to the Jersey City Beer Festival not too long ago.
I did.
And I went out with my neighbor to.
You did.
Morristown. John gets a little jealous of him, but
I'm gonna take this fucking guy
out. John's met him. They got along
good guy.
Just fine. And we went out. And quick side. Now I'm really sidetracking.
Yeah, we're going side.
We stopped at Dismal Harmony. I'm gonna post a. I don't if it hasn't.
Where?
Dismal Harmony, a new distillery out in Morristown.
Okay.
And dude, all I can say, bourbon, neat, not bad. 80%. I like higher proof stuff. Cocktails there, amazing. Very good cocktails.
Like bourbon cocktails?
Yeah, bourbon, all different because they do everything from bourbon to gins and rye or whatever. I don't know. They got a bunch of they got a full lineup there. They're more of not just a bourbon distillery, but they do everything. So they do all these fancy cocktails. Very good cocktails there. Cool setup, nice place, Morristown, New Jersey. So that was earlier on at the night. By the end of the night, we went to, I don't want to say the name of the place because I don't want to put them down because it wasn't necessarily their fault, but it kind of was. I was pissed.
Was it in Morristown?
Morristown, and we went to the place.
Did you have to go down the stairs?
No.
Okay.
We did go there, yes. Okay. But this one bar I went to, I got 2. It was the end of the night. We were about to order the Uber, and I'm like, oh, I saw they had Booker's Little Book, and I was like, oh, Little Book, that's a good one. I'm like, let's get something decent at the end of the night, whatever. I'm like, yeah, it might be $60 or something for the tab or whatever or something. Maybe I was a little too tipsy and didn't realize. I didn't ask for the price. I didn't look at the price or anything. I have 2 bottles. I have 2 or 3 bottles sitting over there.
Yeah.
And I know
just came back here.
I could get it on the secondary market today. This morning I saw them selling for $150 a bottle. Okay, let's just put it that way.
Okay.
And I said, let me get 2 doubles. That was probably the other mistake. I said, let me get 2 doubles of the Bookers. I'm like, it's the end of the night. We had a good time. Whatever. Let's get some. Whatever. Even if it was $100, I would have been all right. It is what it is. I get the bill. $280-something. I look at the bill. I look at the bartender.
I would have threw up on the fucking bar.
I look. It was my round too. I said, I got this round. I got this round. I look at the bill. I look at the bartender. I look at the bill. I'm like, is this a joke? I go to her. Is this a joke? I'm like, it's Booker's. It's Little Book, whatever. She's like, well, I thought you would have known if you ordered it. And I was like, because I said to her, I said, just for future reference. I said, if something you're ringing into your system costs that much, it might be nice to tell your customer that this is going to be close to $300 for 2 doubles.
Right, because there's not a menu.
Yeah.
Right? You saw the bottle. It's not like they're advertising it.
It was
this is how
next
much it
to
costs.
your bullets and everything else. It was next to, your Elijah Craig or whatever, your Michters. It wasn't next to.
So what did you do?
And I had, like I said, I have bottles at home. I'm like, I have the bottles. They're unopened. I'm like, I'll open them. I'll try them out one day. And
you could open a bottle for cheaper.
Dude. Saw the bill. My neighbor looks at it because he saw my face. He looks at it, not even skipping a beat. Ken, we're splitting that.
Yeah, 100%. I would do the same thing.
He's like, Ken, we're splitting that. He's like, I'm like, no, that was my round because he bought the last couple rounds before that. I was like, no. He's like, I'm like, you didn't know any better. I said, I should have known.
No,
I should have known. And so like, I mean, he's in the end looking at he might have with. He tipped. I didn't tip. I was so freaking angry. He tipped $10, and I'm like that $10 for pouring those drinks. That's good enough for her. I'm sorry. I don't know why you just did that. He just probably knew because I was heated and I was like so angry, dude. You don't tell a customer that you're gonna be like things that like a normal freaking liquor, Yeah. That it would have been. I was furious.
Yeah.
Ruined my night.
Yeah.
Well, even though the night was over, I was so ticked off. I kept telling him, I'm going to pay you back. I'm going to give you money back because I don't think it's right that you paid for it. It was my fault. I'm the bourbon guy. I should have known better.
No, I think that's okay by him. Yeah, you're the bourbon guy. You know better. But how are you to know?
Yeah.
That something is going to be so freaking pricey.
Yeah.
I would have did the same thing. I
know.
Never have let you pay for that.
I know.
No way.
My guilt, it just couldn't, and he knew. It kept bothering me. Next time I saw him, I had it ready. I had a bottle of bourbon. I'm like, dude, take it. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. Take it. It was my mess up. Granted, it might not have been as much as what he ended up paying for, It may, but still. I wanted to give him something back in return because...
Like, dude, just buy me a couple rounds of beer next time. You know what I mean? No big deal.
I even said, I'm like, pour the freaking little... Next time you're at my house, I'll give you some more Little Book. The same amount, if not more.
And he's probably like, nah, I'm good. This sucks anyway.
No, it was very good, though. It was good. But, that's...
yeah, you live, you learn.
You live and you learn. You live and you learn.
We've all done stupid shit like that.
Yeah. It was killer. It was killer.
I mean, look at me when I went to that Cowan's that night where I got my concussion. Next day, my wife's like, "Do you know how much the fucking bill was?
How
you
much
guys drank $600 worth of.
Was it?
We had to split almost $600.
Wow.
Yeah. We did drink after drink after drink. Back up with a beer. Drink
and the hospital bill.
Beer, and the hospital bill.
The ambulance.
Yeah. No, I didn't go in the ambulance.
Oh, that's right. You didn't go.
I refused.
Yeah.
But yeah, my wife the next day was like, look at the bill.
Yeah.
Look at the bill.
Yep.
Idiots.
You're lucky to be still married.
Yes, I am. There's a lot of things that I've done that I'm lucky to still be married. Yeah.
Yep. Well, the thing too, my wife, I told my wife the story. I had to tell her. I told her how much it costs, everything, and her response. It's always my fault. So
Yeah, but you know what? Like my case, there was a bourbon menu. We knew how much everything cost.
Yeah.
We just went down the line, and I was.
But there might have been a bourbon. I just didn't ask. I just knew it was Booker's Little Book. I was like, all right, that's a decent. I said that's a decent bourbon. I'm like, let's get that.
I mean, my buddy was with that. I went out was with Chris, and it was the first time we hung out, and he was into bourbon. So I was trying to be the cool guy. You know what I mean? But you know better.
Nice going.
You know better, but in your head, it shouldn't cost that much.
Yeah. No, it didn't. It shouldn't have.
No. You could have went and got a Pappy somewhere.
I have gone out with Jay.
Yeah.
And we've spent half that.
Right.
And shared Pappy.
Right.
So
that place is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
If I were you, I'd bash him right here on the thing.
Yeah, I know.
I would say who it was and be like, if you're going to go there, cool, don't get this. So people know. So nobody makes the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Iron Bar?
No. Further down the town.
Sterling? Oh, ding, 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 ding.
And she was a young, and you know what pissed me off too? She was like a very young bartender, and it's almost like she didn't know any better because she's fucking dumb and young, and doesn't think of these things.
Dumb, young, and full of
Yeah.
Well, you live, you learn.
Yeah, you live, you learn.
You've got to live
and learn.
Go.
Before you break your spine. I always thought that's what he said. I don't know if that's what he said.
No, I don't think that's what he said.
You got to live and learn. We're talking 80s, early 90s. Is that
Yeah. You've got to live and learn. That was something Joe, right? Joe,
I don't know.
Something Joe.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you notice, we don't have any beer on the bar today.
No,
we're
brewskis, man.
No, we're gonna stick to the bourbon, and we're gonna talk like big boys.
Yeah,
we're gonna go into like fantasy world. Let me ask you a question.
I want to fantasize.
About me? You're a handy dude. You built this.
Yeah.
You've owned restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
I've had your cooking. I believe you're a great cook.
All right.
But if little Kenny had to start over, what are you laughing at?
Because this isn't the topic we're supposed to talk about.
It's not? Well, yeah. If little Kenny had to start over and you can... if you can develop another skill...
No, it's not the topic. You can tell it's not our first episode today.
Yeah.
3 wishes.
I thought the skill, too.
Oh, okay. All right, let's do that.
Let's start with that.
We'll do that. All right.
If there's another skill that you don't have or something that you could have done differently,
okay,
what would you do? Like, do you wish you were a professional soccer player? Like, do you wish your soccer player skills were better?
Wouldn't be anything sports related. No, I don't think there's anything sports related. There's a lot of time, dedication, taking up your life. It's like being a musician. I would love to be a musician, but it's tough. I mean, we know people who are musicians. They say it can take away from your lives. Right. You miss out on family time. You miss out on things. You miss out on, So, that's another thing. Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah, rock star shit. I'd love to be a rock star, but I don't know if that's something I would say I would definitely want to be. I would say maybe, and there's still time to do it, and I still dabble in it, and I still wouldn't mind doing it, but like being a woodworker, something like that. Like something where, as far as profession, I'm happy. I'm doing an art. I'm having fun. I'm getting crafty. I'm building things, like making tables. I don't know, man.
But you do that now. So you have that skill.
It's something I have interest in, but no, I'm by no means have that skill. I have enough to get by skill, but yeah. What about you?
No, see, I'm opposite. I'd rather be the rock star. I've always dreamt of I don't want to be a rock star. I just want to be a musician. I would love to be a musician, man. I've always liked the guy that was in like the coffee shop just playing the guitar in the corner. You know what I mean? Like that's a skill I wish I could do. So I grew up. My brother was a guitar player.
He is a guitar player,
and not like for a band or anything, but he did.
And he's a great
years and years of
player.
lessons.
Very good guitar player.
but I was always told like my fingers are too short. I'm a lefty. Like it's never gonna work out. Don't even bother. So I never bothered.
They have
doing it.
left-handed guitars.
I know
it's not
they
like Jimi
do.
Hendrix Day where they have to flip the damn thing over and restring it. And B, they have thinner neck guitars,
Yeah.
slimmer, whatever.
I would love to be able to play the guitar. I love the game of baseball. I could care less about playing. I would love to be like a guitar player.
Yeah.
And I would love to just be able to go into like my basement and build something.
I know it's fun, and it's fun being a
I don't
musician.
have patience.
I would say,
anything.
but yes, but you are. I mean, these musicians a lot of times are. I think sometimes it works, and sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes you can just come up with something. It sounds catchy. You're gonna roll with it, and you can create a song. And you hear these stories about these musicians who sat in a room and they came up with a whole album within a day.
Right.
And then you have people that say it's going to take us months, because depending how much of a perfectionist you are with things, and depending on, it's like writer's block for musicians sometimes, where it's just not necessarily we can just make this. Or and it's got to work, and you got to enjoy it, you got to like it, and you got to remember that the crowd has to like it, the people have to like it, your fans have to like it. And
I don't want to. I don't even. My wish is to not even be famous. I just want to learn this skill. I want to be able to play. That's all.
okay, yeah,
That and doing something like this. Like I said,
Yeah.
like going somewhere and just being like, bro, I'll build that. I got a friend of mine that I know through softball, and he's very handy with stuff.
yeah,
And I told him, I was like, dude, I have a vision of, I want to buy like a bourbon barrel. I want to cut it in half.
Yeah.
I want it to be the ends of my bar,
yeah,
facing out with the cut facing in with shelves and like a bar in between. And he's like, we can do that.
Yeah,
And
you
I was
can do
like,
that.
there's no way that I can do that.
mm-hmm.
And he's like, dude, we can do that together. Like we'll figure it out.
yeah,
And I'm so damn scared. Like there's no way because I don't have that skill. I'm not a handy guy.
yeah.
And it's embarrassing as a man to not be able.
No, you just don't have it. I hear more often than not that people's husbands, spouses, or whatever, aren't handy. I say 75% of the time I hear they're not handy. I work
I'm
with
afraid
a
to
lot.
even try.
I work with a lot of women, so like a lot of time, my husband, he doesn't do it. We hire people.
Yeah, that's me. I hire people.
Yeah. I am handy. I'll say that. I'm not to put myself on a pedestal. Or
No, you
anything.
are, 100%
I
you
can
are.
I can build things. I can do things. I can fix things for the most part. I'm a visual learner, so a YouTube video every once in a while helps as well. I look at how someone does something and I say, okay, that's easy. I can do that. And just figure it out and do it. Working on cars. I used to work a lot on cars growing up, and it's something. Props to my brother Dave too. He was he's a mechanical engineer, so he's pretty darn good with
He's
that
good
kind of
with
stuff.
everything,
Yeah. So like, unfortunately, I lost my father at a young age, so I had to ask my brothers a lot of questions. My brother Dave is a little bit more of the mechanically inclined one. So I remember one time I said to him, I need to build a speaker box for my car. I was into I wanted my loud system. And he's like, well, we got the saw in the garage.
He built mine as well
Oh, yeah?
and carpeted it.
Nice. So we got the saw in the garage. I was like, okay. So what exactly? And he was kind of like, just cut it here, and and then use this to put it together. I'm like, I don't want to keep asking him, but that's the way I learned though too.
Sure.
And
Opposite of your older brother.
well,
He's more like me.
me and my brothers are all within 3 years,
Right.
so not older.
No, but I mean, Dave's your older brother. But
My
you got your
oldest
older
brother is technically 2 years and whatever
He's my
months.
age. He's my. We graduated.
Yeah,
He's my.
like John is 2 years and 10 months older or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
I'm a month older than your older brother.
Yes. So Pete's technically 2 years and I don't know, 10 months.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
You're 2 years and 11 months.
Yeah.
And my brother Dave and I are 1 year and 11 months, I think, something like that. So basically 2 years and 3 years apart. And John's basically 3 years. Yeah. So we're relatively close in age. But yes, so Dave was.
But his older brother's more like on my spectrum.
But people surprise you once in a while because remember he built that thing at the Jim Dandy's. He built the, the little enclosure that you put the forks and knives.
I think Pete's problem is he has it in him, but he was always nervous to do it. Where I don't have it in me, and I'm mentally and physically, I'm not doing it.
I guess I'm a little bit of Pete and a little my other brother David. Yeah, so I'm kind of in between where but I surprise myself sometimes, and I make something. And I'm like, oh wow, I kind of built it. I built it. Like I find weird new skills. Like not too long ago, I started just for fun. There was these I wanted to. For my lake house, I have kind of like the French farm theme there or whatever, and I'm like I want to get some like charcoal farm animal drawings or whatever and put it in there. And I saw like Crate and Barrel something was selling for like $100 a print or something for a print, and I was like, screw this. When we look at this, I looked at it and I'm like, I had my charcoal pencils that I ordered and I freaking made them. And you know what? And I had people look at it, and they're like,
"You go, girl! You go, girl!"
They're like, "You did this?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I kind of just figured I was shading with my fingers and using my. I did art class in college too, so I kind of had some things in my head, of how to do things. It was an elective.
Yeah, I did too.
I got an A in it though, so
yeah, I didn't.
I was always into the art stuff, but I never really challenged myself and tried to do things and do this, do that. But I always did pretty well when I did do it. So, I surprise myself here and there when it comes to creativity and stuff like that. So I guess something in arts, I would say I would, a painter. But this is stuff I can still do, I guess.
Yeah, you can still do that.
Yeah. Woodwork, I can still do that.
So then you're the perfect person. You don't want to have any other skill there.
I don't know. I don't want to be. I won't want to necessarily be like famous or whatever. I won't want to be. I won't have. You know why? Because I can't. I think the pressure will give me diarrhea.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yeah, like to go on stage or whatever and all this. I mean, our limit of
we can't even record in like a brewery because we're afraid like the 4 people that are there are going to stare at us. Like, what are you doing?
I know.
What are you guys talking about?
I know. It's just. But then again, John and I have sang karaoke many times.
Yeah.
But we're drunk.
We're not doing that walking into the bar. Give me the microphone. No,
I have to admit, I have done it pretty sober before. Yeah. And we've done.
And I've never done it by myself. I've never sung karaoke.
Oh, really?
I've always hooked up with somebody.
I've done it plenty of times. Yeah, but yeah, I guess I mean I don't know. You're more rock star kind of looking. Thing.
Yeah.
I'm more like just want to find something I enjoy that obviously I can make a living.
I don't enjoy anything, so I'd rather be the rock star.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess something artsy, whatever. Something I can do for the rest of my life. And not to say you can't be a musician for the rest of your life or. But sports player really can't.
I want to be John Bongrassi.
John Bongrassi, Bon Giovanni. Yeah. But I had John totally wrong. We didn't clarify things before we started recording because we talked about a couple topics we can talk about. That was one of them. I thought we were just going to talk about the other one, but that's all good.
We talked about before we started. We were looking at like older episodes, and we used to have lists of like 6 or 7 different things to talk about. And now we're kind of like, well, let's just talk about this one thing.
Yeah.
And now the last couple, we're just like, well, let's just wing it and let's just talk and chill out.
Took beer out of this episode, so that buys us a little time too. Yeah. So we can stretch it with a couple topics. But you know, the one thing it has in common is John and I are talking about dreams, desires, things we would like to have fulfilled, and. I don't know if you heard me before. I mentioned 3 wishes. John said, if you had 3 wishes, why don't we do something like that? And I thought maybe some answers. I don't know. We just kind of came up with this like literally 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, we didn't even discuss it. We're like just wing it.
Right before the episode, half hour
wing
ago.
It. Let's go.
Yeah. So, wish-wise, if we had 3 wishes, what do we want?
And you can't wish for like unlimited wishes.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. Okay. Wish number 1 for John. What would it be?
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna say yours, and you swung it to me.
Yeah.
My first wish would probably be. I know they say money doesn't make happiness, and I don't want money to fall out of the sky and rain on me.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that I was at a place where maybe my income was more,
Okay.
where I can live more comfortably.
All right.
Um,
If I had $1 million.
yeah. No, I don't want to be stinking rich.
Yeah.
I don't want that burden.
Yeah.
But maybe if I was, double, triple my salary, maybe if I finished college and I did great, my wish would be to maybe go back, finish college, have a better education, have a better job,
Okay.
more money. Basically comes down to more money. My wish would be to have a little bit more money in the
little bit
pockets. Yeah.
more money. Okay. All right.
And I'm going to be honest, I think that's like 80% of people's first thing is always like, oh, money, 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 money. But I don't want to be filthy rich. You know what I mean? I just want to be more comfortable than I am now.
I think my first wish, because we have 3, remember. And I get you on your wish. I could hear that. I can feel that. I definitely can feel that. But I would say I would wish a world without negativity.
See, that's a wasted wish.
No, I just, because I think a world without negativity and everyone was happier in this world and people weren't so hateful, so, anything that's negative. Just to say we took negative out of the equation. If you put a price on happiness, say it's money you're using to buy your happiness, if that can even do that. I'm saying if there's no negativity, that means you're going to be happy all the time, no matter what. If you took a world without negativity, you'd have you have no reason to want money or this or that or anything else.
Wouldn't the world be boring?
Without negativity?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think if we never experienced that negativity, isn't that funny? I feel that if we didn't know what it was, then we're not missing out on something.
Yeah.
But who misses out on negativity? I don't know.
Well, me, because I'm a negative person.
Yes.
John?
John?
Now my first wish sounds stupid.
Well, John,
Right.
second wish for you.
My second wish would be I don't want to say better health for my family, but maybe a world with better health care.
Yeah.
I have a type 1 diabetic daughter who we've recently had, I don't want to say issues with, but she's having mental problems with having that. And I wish there was something that the healthcare system could do to make it easier on her.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a stupid wish or I feel like there could be more activity in the world, more what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like we could have these answers already.
Yeah.
If it wasn't all about just money, 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 I want to make money, I want to make money, I want to make money.
Yes.
I feel like these answers for cancer patients, this, that,
Yeah.
I feel like it could happen
Yes.
already.
But people need their money first.
But people want their money, and that's all they really care about.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish that there were more answers
Yeah.
for people with diseases that, are...
Yeah. Big diseases.
Yeah.
Big issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got you. My turn?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I just, like I said, I want health for, my daughter. It's, it's something that's emotional for me. And
Yeah. Well, my second wish would be, I don't care if it's once a month, once a week, just having the ability to do it would be great. And that would be having that ability to spend a half hour, a day's worth with someone who's passed away that I love. And just be able to say, I can dedicate, because I believe in a heaven and hell, and I believe in that. And I believe that they're happy where they are, and I believe that they're living it up in paradise. And
if they went to heaven.
If they went to heaven, yes. So I believe in that. So I don't want to take them from that. So I won't want to say I want to bring them back from the dead necessarily, because they went on their journey, and their journey is complete. And I don't want to take them, but I would say I would want to be able to, someone who, I lost my father at a young age, and I would just love to catch up and just tell him how life's going right now, and tell him where I'm at. Tell him about my son. Tell him about my everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and just say this is where I'm at with things. And just, kind of get that advice that maybe I never had gotten, be it a father, a grandfather, an aunt, an uncle, a good friend, anyone, just having that ability to just spend, if they told me I get a half hour a month, and that was the deal, I would say, absolutely, I will take it. And obviously, I'll try to make it as worth for me and everyone as possible.
That'd be great.
And having that ability to do that would be a wish of mine.
As a kid, I was very close with my grandmother.
Yeah.
And she passed away when I was 8 or 9, and I wish that she could see my kids and all that stuff.
Yeah. Back to you, brother. Third one.
I wish I had a bigger
I wish he was Dirk Diggler.
I wish I could be invisible. I wish that I don't know. I'm out. I could be selfish, and I wish that
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
I wish that time travel was possible.
Yeah.
And we can go back and erase the mistakes that we've made in the past.
Yeah.
I know I've made, I wish I could be like Michael J. Fox and go back to 1989
Going back
and not eat that like fucking whole chocolate cake that night or something. You know what I mean?
It's like they're saying, no one will ever say that they wish they drank more the night before.
Yeah. I wish that life can provide second chances for things that we know we've screwed up on.
Yeah.
And I wish you had that redo. If you can pick, maybe my wish is I want to be like, I want 5 redos in my whole life.
Yeah.
And I can write down the redos and go from there.
Yeah. But do you think that some of these things might be the things that shaped you to be the man you are today? Like it's like it's like learning the mistakes of your role models or your parents or whomever, and say like as a father, you're like, there's parts of me that wish you never experienced that, but there's part of you that say, I'm a better man today because of those things.
No, probably not the type of wishes that I would like,
Yeah. No, I got you.
I wouldn't change much about my past.
Yeah.
I lived a good teens. I lived a good childhood. I lived a good, my 20s were awesome.
If you were perfect, you wouldn't have that many good stories.
Right. We have good stories, man. And there's a couple things I would like to tweak here and there.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, I got you.
And I wish we had the ability to, like a pencil eraser.
Yeah.
Just go back, just erase that little bit.
Yes. Oh, everyone forgot about that. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yes. When I farted in front of that really hot chick that I was in love with. Yeah. Shouldn't have done that. Yeah.
And I wish I had a big.
Yeah. My final wish would be, I know I'm not going to live forever.
There was more bourbon in your glass?
No. I know I'm not going to live forever. I know that is something that is inevitable. I am not going to live forever.
I don't mind that either.
I wish that my son has a long, happy, healthy, prosperous life. And my wish would be to see him throughout those years until the day that I'm long gone and that he's gone. I want to be able to witness pieces of that until he becomes an old man.
Yeah, but you will. You will.
Well, I would say hopefully a decent part of it, but an old man, no, I'll be long gone.
Well, him as an old man?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have 2 old men.
Exactly.
But you'll be watching down on him and protecting him.
Yeah. Well, that would be a wish to see my son in his elder years and what he's become. And, every day is a blessing, and every day that he's a day older is a blessing. And granted, he's only in first grade. The accomplishments are not the major ones just yet, but they're still, every day and living another day in life as human beings is another accomplishment. So,
Listen, when he's our age, we will still be around probably doing this.
And we will have 55 views per episode.
We will be at 1,300 subscribers.
I think we're at we're close to 13, right? I don't know, but
I and if I could wish to just have, I want to be together with.
You're done. Your 3 wishes are.
I know. I know. I don't want stuff like this to, because eventually in years to come, when your friends, not even your family, but family's devastating. Once your friends start going one at a time, that's gonna be a real rough patch,
Yeah, I know, and unfortunately it's the inevitable.
Oh yeah, we're all gonna go.
Like,
is it selfish to not want to go first?
I think it's. I don't know. It might be selfish if you say you want to go first because you don't want to see all your friends and family die.
Yeah, I don't know.
Depends how you look at it.
Starlight, star bright.
It's kind of morbid when you think about it, though. Like I see, and it's not just my parents or your parents or my wife's parents, but I see it more often than not that when they get to a certain age, they start to get rid of things, and they're like, we need to clear out this, out. It's almost like they're saying,
giving up.
I have only this amount of years left. It's sad.
Yeah, my dad's talking about like selling his house. I'm like, what? And the last time we were over, and he's like, you're gonna get this ring, you're gonna get this necklace, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that. I'm like, why are we talking?
Yeah, I remember that song.
First off, I don't even want that.
I know. It's like when my grandmother, she was, she was like trying to give everything away before she, and we knew that there wasn't that. I mean, she was like 90 something, so we knew it was going to be forever. But she's like, oh, let me give this away. And I told my grandmother, I'm like, live every day like you normally been living.
Yeah.
That clock you see on the wall, keep seeing that clock. Anything, I'm like, I want you to live every day the way you've been living it without. I'm like, I in my head, I'm like, this is sad, this is morbid.
Once you start giving things away, it's like you're giving up.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Keep going.
I said, your stuff, when that time comes, whenever that time comes, hopefully it's a long time from now, and I remember saying this to my grandmother, then we can figure this out. Yeah. We can take, my aunt, her daughter, and everything. She's gonna be coming, whatever. My brothers and I, we went to the storage room, whatever. We took a couple things, and after that, you donate or do whatever with the rest. So, and I mean, she was only living in this. She didn't have that much. But I remember saying, I'm like, just live your life, do everything normal, the way you've been doing it. Let's not start. Don't worry about that.
Isn't that funny when you get older? And the old people are like, I want you to have this.
Yeah.
Why? Why now?
Yeah. Yeah, yes, and it's sad. It's sad because you don't want to have that thought in your mind that they may go soon, Yeah.
But like you said, it's inevitable.
It is inevitable. That's the one thing that is certain. Yeah.
Our parents are in their 70s.
Yeah. Yeah. But then again, people are living a lot longer than they used to.
They are.
Think about it. What's it like? Not even that long ago. So let's just say 50 years ago. Like people's parents were dying when they were 60 something. That's why I think we may have discussed this, but the retirement age is 65 or was 65. Yeah, it's because people were dying before they hit 65. Now
it's like 72 or something. Yeah.
And that's because everyone was dying before that. They thought it was a shoo-in. They're like, oh, well, everyone's going to be dead, so we don't have to worry about that. The government, we don't have to worry about that. Everyone's gone. But then people started living longer. Well, here we are. Well, so our parents' generation are living into their 90s, a lot of them, and who knows? For us, it could be longer.
Hundreds.
Drink
bourbon, smoke cigarettes and pot.
I don't know. We'll revisit that one in 50 years, but yeah.
What do we got? We're just gonna end it.
Well, it wasn't one I was gonna discuss because we had it. It's just a Starlight cigar blend. It was down there. I know we like it, and we were talking, and we had nothing in our glass, so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I know.
Well, let's wrap it up. It was a little bit of a more.
No. I wouldn't go that way.
I feel like we didn't go in the direction I originally had in my head.
Yeah.
It's like, what's your 3 wishes? I wish I had a big dick. I wish I had more money. I wish I had a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? And then you threw a wrench in it with, I want every negativity, and then I had to change my wishes.
Hey, shut up.
Fucking guy.
Yours would probably be more fun, exciting, That's okay.
I wish I had hair on my legs. Like, that was going to be one of mine.
Wish I had my arrow back.
Yeah. I can't see down there. But
I guess, that would be part of watching my son grow up is wishing that I have a healthy life myself as well, so I can watch him do that for a good majority of his life. But, we can't decide our futures, unfortunately.
we can't decide our future. But you know what? If I go tomorrow, I'm happy with what I've
bourbon you
done.
drank?
I'm happy to be sitting here with you.
Yeah, we've had
every
fun,
week.
man. This has been quite the adventure so far. We're still doing it, guys. We're still doing
think-
it after almost we're going to be hitting
3 years.
3 years soon, and
I think I
We've
did a
been doing
good
it.
job with my kids. I think they'll remember me and speak highly of me.
Yeah.
And you know what? Cheers to that.
yeah. Cheers.
Cheers
to
to
you.
you.